we like to improve on our last year's performance. And for us to surpass our last year's performance, we don't have to leave any stone unturned. We don't have any star in this team. One of our basic philosophies that there is no star, but instead the team makes the star.
During the off-season, we started lifting weights. We did our aqua training, and also we tried to be familiar with each other by doing some team building. I must say our team right now is quite young, but for sure we're still going to be very competitive.
LaSalle prepared hard for this, and we are also very well prepared against LaSalle.
It just happened that we'll be playing Ateneo. It's one of those games that for sure one way or another we're still going to play them. So it's just that fortunate that we'll be playing in the first game.
Two schools with a rivalry that has transcended time meet again today. But instead of clashing for the bragging rights when the season is well underway, they have to meet today and perhaps determine how each one's 63rd UAAP season will go. It's the defending champion De La Salle Green Archers against the contenders from last year, the Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles, as we welcome you to the 63rd season of the UAAP. Sam Sarmenta from Ateneo and Randy Sakdalan from De La Salle. We might as well get that out of the open quickly, Randy.
That's right, Sam. We have to make it clear to our viewers that, well, this is just a basketball game, but certainly the rivalry is hot and it's escalating every year we start the UAAP season.
I'm trying to get used to not hearing you, so this game should be a barometer for that. But bakit Ateneo at LaSalle kaagad? Usually yan sa dulo ng season.
Well, they cannot escape this 1 versus 3, 2 versus 4 format, and that's not really the liking of Ateneo and LaSalle. The way the order is, it's 1 versus 3. That's why Ateneo and LaSalle are meeting first time, first game of the season.
Okay, and let's give our viewers an idea of the format of the tournament. Medyo nakasanayan, but let's review the format.
Well, the format is a double round elimination for all the 8 teams of the UAAP. Then the top 4 will go to a final 4, and in that final 4, what's going to happen is, okay, the 1 and 2 will play the lower placed teams in the final 4. So 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3. Now, 1 has to beat number 4 at least, well, just once, while 4 would have to beat 1 twice. So that's the same for 2 and 3. So the higher seeded teams needed to beat the lower bracketed teams only once, while the lower bracketed teams would have to beat the top seeded teams twice to get to the finals.
Kaya naman Final Four ang tinatawag natin, but that is 3 months down the road. We will play a double round robin format where everybody will get to meet each other. It's just so happened na nagkita ang Ateneo at LaSalle kaagad, maagang-maaga. Okay, let's take a look at the lineup of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Big build-up going into this season because they played in the Philippine Basketball League and the Father Edgar Martins Cup.
Well, that's true, Sev, and particularly for Ateneo, they're playing big. Well, you said it, they're playing big. The big lineup of Ateneo certainly is going to be trouble for De La Salle University this afternoon. What with the likes of Rico Villanueva, it's arguably the best center in the UAAP this season. And look at Wesley Gonzalez. He has earned his spot and certainly is a mismatch going to the 3 and 4. And he will be joined by the strong player in the person of Richie Alvarez of Ateneo. So this is where the strength of Ateneo lies. Gonzalez, Alvarez, forcing joining Enrico Villanueva at the front line. But look who's joining Ateneo in the lineup of Coach Joe Lipa. You've got 2 MVPs, both in the UAP and the NCAA. Larry Panacher joining Ateneo from the Blue Eagles junior team, and you also have Magno Membrere from San Beda, the MVP in the finals of the NCAA. So Coach Joe Lipa really working on the other ends of the floor for Ateneo.
Thinking about not only the present but the future as well. As we mentioned, Panacher and Membrere will be vital factors to this team down the road. We shall also be taking a look at the De La Salle Green Archers. So much pressure winning the championship over the last 2 years. They've lost key players. They've lost Aldeguer as well as Aliado. How will they adjust, and who are the players to watch as far as the Green Archers are concerned?
Well, they're bringing back Adonis Santamaria from the lineup of De La Salle University. He skipped last season and should be ready. He was the NCRA's best player, MVP in the finals this year. And of course, La Salle will be a Renan Ritualo, Juan and Jose team. No? They're very strong at the guard position for Franz Pumaren. I think that's the strength of De La Salle University. Reren Ritualo, last year's part of the UAAP, beating 05 together with Mon Jose, and Ronald Kuwan just earned his MVP medal from the 2000 Ched game. So certainly this team is really rich in terms of the guard position, and hoping that Santa Maria gets to fill up that void opened by the departure of Don Aliado.
Mukhang ang tradition sa Lasal malakas at the guard position. Samantala, Ateneo will be strong up front, and so big challenges on both ends for both teams.
So that's true. In fact, LaSalle even got into Mike Cortez, no? A touted rookie coming in, but I don't think Cortez will have an impact immediately. He plays the motion offense for Franz Pumaren, and he plays the point so well. That's why he's looking good. The others would look at Mike Cortez as saying, is that your secret weapon? Not really so secret. If you're familiar with the system of LaSalle, then there's no secret in that lineup of Coach Franz Pumaren.
Okay, we'll have more of Ateneo LaSalle. Maybe the jump ball already. Just after these messages, this is UAAP 2000 here on Channel 2 as well as Studio 23. This is season 63 of the UAAP on ABS-CBN, and it is a pleasure to present to you Ateneo against LaSalle. What a way to start the season, and much later on it'll be UST against FEU. What more can you ask for on opening day, Randy Sakdalan?
Nothing more, Seb. Certainly it's a big afternoon for UAAP fans. For you and me, this is a big one.
Okay, you're from LaSalle, and I'm from Ateneo, and Pia Gonzalez is from Ateneo, Bobby Yan is from LaSalle, so we are perfectly balanced on this day. Let's go to Pia, who will report about the Blue Eagles, and Bobby Yan will take care of LaSalle. Take it away, guys.
Okay, Seb, today the Ateneo Blue Eagles are ready to soar and soar high. Unlike last season, wherein they opted to stay atop their perch and survey the competition, they did not join any preseason tournaments last year. This year, they decided to join the fray and join a lot of preseason tournaments in order to get a lot of experience, which was their weakness last year. And so they joined the many games in Cebu, the PBL, as well as the Father Martins Cup. And so this is a team that has played together a lot, and their experience together is serving as their emotional anchor today. I entered their dugout earlier, and the boys were very cool, very relaxed, and very calm, at least outwardly, because inwardly we can only guess at the kind of tension that they must be feeling, because they are approaching what could be the most important game of their season, because you have to be an Atenean to understand that winning against LaSalle is almost as important as winning the championship. Now let's go over to Bobbian, who has a report about the LaSalle Green Archers, and being a LaSalle, he is wearing green pants. Bobby?
Thank you very much, Pia. Now that the defending champions, the LaSalle Green Archers, enter this season, they know that they are the hunted. Yes, they are the hunted now. And ever since they won the back-to-back championship, the day after that, they know that every team in the UAAP is going to be after them. Everybody wants to take them down. Everybody wants to chop them down. But Sev, Randy, Pia, and all the UAAP fans out there, let's not forget, for the past 2 years, the LaSalle Green Archers are the best defensive team in the league. And we all know in the basketball speaking world, defense wins championship. Now, Sev and Randy, when you see the green and white, you see a great defensive team. And Coach Franz Pumaren says, forget Ren Ritualo's scoring prowess, forget Mike Cortez, the rookie sensation. We take pride in our team defense. Now let's talk about state of mind of the LaSalle Green Archers. Let's talk about state of mind of De La Salle University as a whole. Alumni, teachers, students, it's all encapsulated in one t-shirt that's going around LaSalle. And it says, and I quote, defend the back-to-back title by any means necessary. And I repeat, defend the back-to-back title by any means necessary. That is the state of mind of the LaSalle Green Archers. Okay, that's all from here. Sir Randy, back to you.
And you are speaking like a true LaSallian, like my friend here is controlling his aggression, but he is definitely going to watch at the Green Archers. The question with the Green Archers is, yung kanilang playing together is a question.
Oh yes, they will be facing Ateneo. They played without Aliado and Aldeguer, but that was not a UAAP. It's a different situation, except for LaSalle to be playing without Aldeguer and Aliado. It's the first time, no? It's a new season, I think, for the De La Salle Green Archers.
And this game, the big one, the showdown between these two rivals, Ateneo against LaSalle, will happen just after this break. This is the 63rd season of the UAAP on ABS-CBN. just about ready to get underway. The starting lineups are being introduced. In just a short while, you will see on your screens the new safeguard, antiperspirant, and deodorant starters. LaSalle has been introduced. They will go with their strengths, Randy.
Oh yes, you have Ramos, Ritualo, Santa Maria, Juan Kuan, and Juan Jose. This is the most experienced five for De La Salle University, Sam.
On the other hand, the starters for the Blue Eagles currently being introduced. Sison, Tanchi, Cruz, Alvarez, and Villanueva. The Blue Eagle and the Blue Bubble Battalion, they missed out on a chance last year, but LaSalle just played so well, and USD was also strong. USD will always be a factor when you ever talk about the UAAP.
Oh yes, in fact, they're rated #1 in our preseason covering for the UAAP, but certainly the build-up of Ateneo, we will see the fruits of that build-up, Seb. They're starting also with the strongest five, with Sison, Tanchi, Alvarez, Gonzalez, and Villanueva. So, well, this is going to be really strong. Well, Andrew Cruz starting instead of Wesley Gonzalez for Ateneo.
As you can see there on your screens, should be an interesting matchup. Two teams, in fact, that know each other so well. It's just that Aliado as well as Aldeguer are no longer in the picture. They moved on to the pros.
That's right, Sev. And I think it's a challenge really for Santa Maria to be covering Alvarez down low. Santa Maria skipped last season and reactivated this year. He's coming up from a very strong NCRA season, but this is the UAAP 7. It's a different tournament altogether.
And I think Philippine Sports Commission Chairman Mr. Carlos Butch Tuason will be in the center of the Coliseum here at the Araneta for the ceremonial toss. And there he is on your screens right now. We'd like to remind all our viewers that the second game, USD against FEU, we can watch it later on at Studio 23, joined Jude Torquato as well as Mark Molina. They'll take care of that while we give way to the regular programming of ABS-CBN Channel 2.
And that's one big ball game also, Sam. Opening day games for the UAAP, FEU and USC coming right after this Ateneo De La Salle game.
I am going to stay and watch that as well, because that is such a huge game. As you take a look at Franz Bumaren, what a marvelous job he has done for the La Salle Green Archers.
Well, he has not lost a single UAAP as coach, and for Coach Joe Lipa, he wants to get another ring. He did it in 1986 for UP.
Okay, and there he is with Father Carmelo Caluag, the Vice President for Planning of the Ateneo de Manila, who has helped spearhead the resurgence of interest in athletics in general sa Ateneo. Alam mo, sa history ng isang eskwelahan, Randy, hindi mawawala kung minsan nag-i-ebb yung interest, nagcha-champion, tapos bigla na lang nag-i-ebb ng konti.
That's why you have to sustain it. Kung walang support, let's say, from the alumni, from the students, and from the administration, very important, Sam, that the school continues to soar high. That's why in the words of Coach Joe Lipa, excellence for Ateneo.
It's Rafi Britannico as well as Richard Villanueva who will have the whistles for this game, but we're getting ahead of the story. We're trying to get the officials ready. There they are. They're trying to complete the dramatis personae to be able to get this ceremonial toss on its way. But the UAAP officials said a great opening. I must congratulate UST.
Well, I think, and in fairness to all the other schools, only a UST can do such a production down
Grabe, ang ganda-ganda. At yung dati, nahihiya pa sila, nag-aalangan pa paglumundag. But now, not anymore. They are such a great performance group. Team Salingawi Dance Troupe, which is the core of the UST performance. Mga bata, ang gaganda rin ang pinakita.
Oh yes, it was, the pacing was correct. Ang bilis, ang ganda ng dating, and yes, only USD, and they're hosting this year's 63rd season of the UAAP.
By the way, we are seen live on Studio 23, ABS-CBN Channel 2, the Filipino channel, as well as PinoyCentral.com, wherein you can get all the scoops, scores, stats, pictures, profiles of your favorite UAAP team. You can just log on to www.pinoycentral.com. The official website of the UAAP, Pinoy Central, everything for the Filipinos. And the aga-aga nagkikirian ng Ateneo at Lasal. Ayaw muna tumungtong sa ceremonial to sino ba yung first time nila.
Nagbabalahi po sa ganito eh. This is the first for the 63rd UAAP season. You see a lot of people. This is a regular UAAP crowd, Seb. And the energy is just fantastic inside the Coliseum.
Yes, indeed, and that was expected. Randy, are they worried, both sides? That Franz Bumaren said in his interview he's not worried, but you can tell that may pag-agam-agam ng konti ang parehong kupunan.
Well, for LaSalle and for Ateneo, mahirap kasi you're facing your arch rivals in the very first game. And for some people, this could be a measure of the distance that they will travel in the UAAP season, particularly for De La Salle. Since Ateneo is #3 last year and probably seeded second this year only to UST.
At nasabi nga natin that both teams look at this game as parang championship each
Oo.
time. No question about it. Rivals in so many other facets of life. In the meantime, here is Chairman Tuason taking care of the ceremonial toss. There is always a second, Randy. And
You don't
sometimes
miss that.
even a third. And that will take care of that rites of passage as we welcome you to the 63rd season. And look at this. The nice thing about college basketball is everybody is so creative.
And you've got mascots all over.
And we have the LaSalle cheering gallery completo there to the left of us. If I don't hear you, it's not that I hate you, but it's just that I can't hear you. That's the only point here.
I guess that's a natural feeling when you go to an UAAP opening end for every
And
Ateneo
you
de La
and I have done so many, and we've seen each other at Ateneo LaSalle games. We don't talk for 2 hours, but this time we have to talk to each other for 2 hours.
And that's the sad part of it.
Yes. Here we go. Underway. Santa Maria up against Villanueva. First touch of the ball belongs to the Green Archers. Banji is up against is that Cruz? Yes. In the meantime, set up job. Retualo takes his first crack. It's an air ball. And they allow it to bounce out. I checked myself. I think that was in Guardian and LaSalle number 21.
That's
Mon Jose. I made a mistake there. The other small person or guard is going to be Kuan.
Yes, that's Makuan.
An early pressure by De La Salle, taken away by the Green Archers. 12 with the basket. However, there's a counter steal. Here's Cruz on the attack. Derecho scores!
Oh, that's a big one for Ateneo. In their running set, we thought that it would be the game of LaSalle that will be running, but Ateneo getting first crack at the transition play, converting the first 2 points of the 63rd season.
But good idea by De La Salle to put the pressure early on the Blue Eagles, but there's a steal by the Ateneans. Banchi attacking the right side, decides to swing it to Rainier Season. The lob of a three, it's a strong shot, and Kuan picks up the loose change.
Well, he was tempted, he was open, and really Season is one of the gunners that you should watch out in Ateneo.
You're always wary when Season has the ball in three-point distance. In the meantime, LaSalle on the attack, Retualo being checked by Cruz. In the meantime, there's the penetration and the first blown, the whistle of a foul.
It looks like Santa Maria has a mission this afternoon.
But it looks like an offensive foul. It's on Santa Maria, Adonis Santa Maria. Let's keep in mind that amateur rules are in effect dito. And
yeah.
the way the offensive fouls as well as the defensive fouls, may konting nuances yan.
Oh yes, totoo yan, Seb. No? And sa amateur, less ang contact, katawagan ka pagka may banggaan.
Enrico Villanueva flies without having the ball with him. He tries a second serving, puts it up, a little too strong. Follow up, still nothing for the Blue Eagles. Enrico fighting for it on the baseline, picks it up. He's watched by Ramos outside to Cruz. Locked down to 18 and 25. We're in the first half of play. We play halves here. Shot clock at 17. The outside attack. Finds the bottom of the net.
And Season working on his first 2 points. And Ateneo, the offensive boards right now gave that possession to Ateneo. And I think LaSalle should watch out for those offensive boards which Ateneo would capitalize in their plays.
Santa Maria's underneath. He's rejected. Gets a second serving and puts in LaSalle's first pair of points.
And you don't deny Adonis Santa Maria. That's his game, actually, Seb. To those who missed him last year for the De La Salle Green Archers, he's persistent. You may block him once, but he's going to come up for that another putback for De La Salle.
All times he brought it up over to Andrew Cruz. Cruz looking inside. We go into the wing. Stanchi on the drive. It's a pass off to the other, and the shot will work.
That's a big one for Richie Alvarez. He's going to draw out Santa Maria with that basket. Ateneo still on top.
6-3. Richie Alvarez, they're spreading out the offense for the Blue Eagles. In the meantime, we go to the LaSalle attack. Here's Retualo. Retualo over to the top of the key to Kuan. The outside shot. Well, it's a huge.
Juan Jose converting the big 3-7. And I think that's going to be one of the strengths of LaSalle this year. They're going to go for the perimeter in the absence of Aliado downstairs.
Something they really didn't do all that much last year because Sikyu still has a feeling that Aliado was inside. In the meantime, the Blue Eagles some pressure. Yes, it happened. 10 seconds, and it's a violation by the Blue Eagles. A little lack of alertness on that particular scenario, but take nothing away from LaSalle for applying the pressure.
But that's going to make Coach Joe Lipa happy for Ateneo. He should have come over and helped out and bring down that leather.
In the meantime, here's Kuan. Ronald Kuan looking inside. Ritualo trying to get into a proper position. In the meantime, here's Ramos. Outside we go. Juan. There's a look inside, 17 on the shot clock. Here's Mon Jose. Mon Jose starts his stride, pops from 15. It will not go. Rebound contested, controlled by De La Salle. The turn to the basket. Santa Maria just missing it. Santa Maria gets it back. It will still not work. And a rebound fought for. It's on the floor. Who has it? And finally a foul.
It's on De La Salle. And boy, this is the action that we're missing, Seb.
I told the UAAP don't have any more summer vacation.
Just the hustle here. Foul called on Mac Juan. I think on De La Salle Green Archers.
Inbound for the Blue Eagles. Mamaya masasabi ko na Green Eagles ito. Makikita mo, partner. In the meantime, Cruz picks it up. Over to Season. Season launches. It's a three. If it goes, it is!
La Salle missed out on Rainier Season. Again, he was given the open look to the basket, and that's going to mean trouble for De La Salle once Rainier starts hitting his shots from the outside.
16 and 20 to go. 9-5. Blue Eagles in front. Here's Ritualo. Ritualo looking for the opening. Goes to Kuan. Ronald looking for Ritualo. He's open. Lobs it. It will be too strong. Rebound Santa Maria. Bludgeoned inside. No whistle.
Wow, what kind of basketball we're looking at, Seb.
Lob inside. Alvarez with a eye in the sky play. That's foiled. La Salle did not give up on that particular play. In the meantime, here's Ramos in the box. They go to the wings. That will work.
Smooth and easy for Mac Juan for De La Salle. So just a 2-point lead now for Ateneo. Almost 5 minutes gone by here in the first half.
You know, whom I always like to see on the La Salle bench is Gia Banilla. He used to play for La Salle Canonila Jun Lipote, and he's now an assistant for Franz Bomare. Paul Tachi brings it into the box. Momentarily lost it. Enrico Villanueva goes up, can't get it, gets a second serving. Enrico knocks it down.
Well, La Salle would have to do a better job boxing out Rico Villanueva. He shouldn't be allowed to get those second servings, and 4-point lead for the Blue Eagles.
Parang it is too easy for Enrico. They have to put a body on him.
Yes.
La Salle on the attack. This will lob out. Mon Jose unable to sink it. 5 minutes going by us here in this first half. Into the corner. Alvarez. No dice.
Well, both teams shooting very early in their offensive, and I don't think that should really be the play for both La Salle and Ateneo. They've not converted on those quick attempts to the basket.
Here's Kuan. Kuan being watched by Tanchi. Tanchi is playing in his last year for the Blue Eagles. Jose lobs it in to the corner. Shot clock reduced to 9. La Salle under some time pressure, but Ritualo says, what time pressure are you talking about? I have a shot. And the ball is loose on the baseline. What a shot!
Redmond Ritualo, his first basket on a spectacular reverse.
And the entire Blue Bubble battalion is silenced by the magnificence of that shot. Here's Enrico Villanueva trying to get back the 2 points. The running shot, go!
Well, he's just running rings around Manny Ramos. I don't think that's a decent defense to go against Rico Villanueva, allowing him to do the sidestep and that put-up shot, and Ateneo still with a 4-point lead.
Villanueva, of course, was one of the prime contenders for the MVP award. Downstairs we go. It's a slam! Santa Maria!
I guess he's possessed this afternoon. He's answering the call of the De La Salle.
Pressure in the backcourt. Finally, Cruz. La Salle screaming for a 10-second violation. Cruz on the way.
Oh, yes! That's just a great play by Andrew Cruz. From the backcourt, laying it up over the big men of De La Salle.
Parang nakita niya, oh, walang defenses. Sisigsakin ko kayo, iwanan ko kayo.
That's right. Immediate react lang itong si Andrew Cruz.
Ritualo with a pirouette from the 15-foot line. Just inches short. Alvarez blocks the rebound. Enrico Villanueva, weak pass. Right by Ritualo. Villanueva just a step late, and it's a backing violation.
Oh, yes, the scramble was at the middle of the court.
And we will take an awesome slam dunk as brought to you by New Safeguard Anti-Perspirant and deodorant slams 99.9% of body odor causing germs. We've got a timeout. We'll be back.
Your shots will fall in. Now, pag nag-exit na, 1-3-1. Upward. The money.
Channel 2 TFC as well as PinoyCentral.com. You can get all the scoops, scans, scores, stats, pictures, profiles of your favorite UAAP team as you log on to www.pinoycentral.com. official website of the UAAP, Pinoy Central. Everything for the Filipino underway. With this one, Ateneo with a 4-point lead with 13-13 to go. Enrico Villanueva trying to lob it inside, but he gets it finally to Alvarez. Alvarez slashing well to the basket.
Well, Ateneo did their homework, Seb. They anticipate a double team coming from the side of Rico Villanueva. So the cutter is the man who's double teaming on Rico Villanueva. And Ateneo scoring on that basket. It is the biggest lead for Ateneo, 6-point cluster for them, 17-11.
Enrico Villanueva not extending himself on that last sequence. He had the chance to scamper for it, but sabi niya, too far for me. In the meantime, the Green Archers with 19 seconds on their shot clock will inbound from the baseline. Over now to Ramos, close range. Yes, LaSalle has such great baseline inbound plays.
And they've always worked on that so hard. And for Manny Ramos, I think that should boost his confidence against a favored Rico Villanueva at the low post.
Randy, what's going to give here? Both teams pressing the defense, bringing the defense up. Sino ang bibigay rito?
Well, the team that would crack under the pressure of the double team, well, that's an important shot for Tanchi, partner. No? And I think that's going to make the defense more honest at the perimeter para sa De La Salle because Ateneo's hitting the perimeter shots early here in the first half.
Biggest lead by the Blue Eagles, a 7-pointer. I see Vince Hison over there cheering for the Blue Eagles also.
No question.
Oh, that shot from close range. Oh, he got it inside. And what a break for Mon Hussein.
Yes, that was a great break for De La Salle. Cruz would have to box him out properly to be able to deny him that putback.
Here's Tanchi. Alvarez decides to pass off at the last moment. Cruz swings it over to the right side. That'll work.
And they're just working like in one fluid motion for the Blue Eagles. The efficiency of the offense of Ateneo, very impressive so far, except here in the first half.
Season already with 7 points. Blue Babel Battalion yelling to get that ball. In the meantime, on the floor for the first time is Gozum of LaSalle. He overshoots. Gozum, of course, is Miguelito Gozum. Pero alam mo, nagdagdag ng ceiling din ng De La Salle, no? In the off-season. Samantala, penetration.
And a foul to both. Alvarez scoring. And really the problems of LaSalle being emphasized early on by the Ateneo offense down low, Sev.
Take a look at this. Alvarez, such a good scorer, will find a way to deliver. But you know, Jolupap, knowing him all these years, hindi pa satisfied yan. I can actually hear the voice of Pia Gonzalez saying, pero may concern as we take a look at Vince Season, trying his best to be a cheerleader there.
Well, through Blue Eagle, Vince Season, well, he once started the UAAP wars here together with Richie Dixon.
Oh, yun, naalala mo na sinabi niya, they won against La Salle and they played so well. They were so delighted with that memory. 11:29 to go. Blue Eagles ahead by 9. La Salle will just have to be a little more fluid on their offense. In the meantime, a foul against the Lasalites.
It's a Mon Jose partner. Well, LaSalle didn't box out Richie Alvarez, which is really a crime in boxing out defense. The shooter, you're supposed to block him out. And it looks like more trouble for De La Salle as Wesley Gonzalez, a potent scorer from the outside and inside, replaces Richie Alvarez.
You know, Ateneo's advantage this year is that they had last season together. And they have so many weapons that they discovered, like Gonzalez, Alvarez, Tanchi. And they have not even played Fonacher and Membre yet. That penetration will work.
Well, the defense of LaSalle wanting in this
that is so
quarter.
true.
You see penetrations coming in, no boxing out, and this is a 10-point markup for the Blue Eagles.
Biggest lead of the Hail Mary Quintet. Enrico Villanueva watching Santa Maria. Santa Maria trying to curl. He's rejected from the rear, but there's a foul, correctly so.
Well, Santa Maria really working on it. And that's going to be Enrico Villanueva. It's a different instruction, I think, for Santa Maria. He has to take it strong to Enrico Villanueva, at least earn his defense, make it honest against the low post. And, well, quickly, I thought Mike Cortez won't be fielded this early for De La Salle, but the rookie comes in for De La Salle. And for Ateneo, another new player. This is number 21. That's Paulo Bugia, Bugs for short.
Bugs.
Bugs.
Si
Bugs eh. Nala spelling. Bugs. Si Rico pinata niya.
Dinagdagan tayo ng Red Lion si Benedict Membrere. Ay nandyan na sa floor. Siya gaya na naiulat mo kanina. Isang MVP ng
NCAA Finals. So, si Magnum Membrere, he's called Magnum.
Magnum?
Eh, kasi parang baril niya kung kumasasel.
Ganun ba?
Well, in the Father Martins Finals, he was trading 3-point shots with James Yap of UE to the delight of the Blue Eagles.
Santa Maria unable to take care of that. It's an 11-point lead. Here's Wesley Gonzalez. Gonzalez, his dribble broken up. And they're trying to bang it against Gonzalez. He recovers. He decides to pass up. Enrico will stab, will not make it. Gonzalez follow-up will not work. Rebound contested and won finally by Santa Maria.
Whoa! The battle is really on.
Here's Cortez. LaSalle will have to elevate the level of its poise. This is a searing offensive line by Ateneo, 26-15, with so many weapons, Randy. They will just have to come up defensively strong. Yun ang sinasabi ni Franz Bumana, something they have to use.
Well, the defense really, they have more, Ateneo now is certainly more potent, more confident against De La Salle or against any UAAP team this season.
With the score, Vega 26-15, 10:29 to go. The Blue Eagles head by 11. As we take a look at two very hardworking young men, Mr. Gabby Lopez, our chairman at ABS-CBN, Mr. Anton Montinala of FEU, as well as I think he's the treasurer of the UAAP as well.
And well, LaSalle is just having trouble with the efficiency of the offense of Ateneo. Pag nag-possession evaluation tayo, save for Ateneo, it should be on a high mark
Ano
here.
sabi mo? Ano sabi mo?
Possession evaluation.
Possession. Yung pagka-professor ng mama, pumapasok. Close-up, courtside update on the Blue Eagles from Pia Gonzalez.
Fans are playing very focused today despite the pressure that they are under, and this is because the team supporters have tried to reduce all additional sources of stress. Even the parents have agreed not to sit at courtside so as not to distract their sons, and so these players are very focused and concentrating on what they have to do rather than concentrating on trying to please an audience. Seb, Randy, back to you.
That is such a good report, and we can't blame Jolie for going in that direction. This three-point shot will not work for Membere. First attempt as a UAAP player. Great run by Monose!
That came from a good pass from Mike Cortez, who saw Monose scooting in for the 2 points.
The lead is trimmed down to 7. Wesley Gonzalez's dribble is interrupted. The problem with Wesley Gonzalez, yung dribble niya mataas pa rin. As you check out this Globe Handyphone Gentex fast break, you can take it to the Gentex level with Globe Handyphone.
Just a great pass from Mike Cortez. We were mentioning about the dribble of Wesley Gonzalez. He's tall, he's about 6'4", and he's forced to dribble, and he tried to retrieve the ball. The lost leather, in effect, got a foul, gave the ball back to De La Salle.
In the meantime, we have Raymond Magsumbol, number 6, checking in for the first time. Gonzalez is now replaced. Jolie is trying to calm down Gonzalez.
Look who's in, the MVP of the juniors last year, Larry Ponasher, and the MVP of the finals of the NCAA, Membrere. What could you ask for more from Jolipa?
Let's see how these two combine on the floor. In the meantime, LaSalle tries to swing it around. Castro fires, and it's the second unit that's delivering for De La Salle.
Yes, Alvin Castro deadly from that angle, trying to climb back. It's just a 4-point lead now for De La Salle, Seb, for Ateneo rather.
Ateneo under time pressure, they finally get it across. Downstairs we go. That's gone.
And that's just a great reaction to a pressing defense of De La Salle. A press break made and a slam dunk by Rico Villanueva of Ateneo.
Castro over to Cortez. Cortez back to Castro. The long top from 3-point distance just rims out. Rebound contested. Blue Eagles take it away. Here's Membere. Membere trying to slow it down. He attacks the left flank. Decides to send it over now to Ponasher, who dishes it to Enrico. Wants a second service.
They're just moving the ball well, Seb. Ateneo finding Rico Villanueva at the last end of the anchor, restoring an 8-point lead here for the Blue Eagles.
It was largest at 11, but that has been trimmed down since. 8 minutes and 40 to go in the first half of play. This is UAAP 63 on ABS-CBN. Later on, the FEU-USD battle will be seen on Studio 23. Do join Jude Torquato and Mark Molina for that one. In the meantime, the penetration, the pass up by Magsumbol into the corner we go. That will rim out, not working for Castro.
So they try to make Castro make the shots from the outside, but so far he's 1 of 3 on the floor.
Membrere Malakas. Rebound contested. Bugia following. No.
Luckily for LaSalle, it didn't go in, but they have second service again for Ateneo, Seb. It's going to be offensive foul on Mike Cortez. Well, he was tempted to go into that. Good move by Paul Tanchi.
Here's that offensive foul you were talking about. And for Cortez, that is his first foul. LaSalle has been, I think they count the offensive foul as a team foul also.
Yes, in the
Amateurs,
amateurs, it's going to count.
In the meantime, Enrico Villanueva is our main star in our new Safeguard Antiperspirant and Deodorant Slam Dunk. You know, with new Safeguard Antiperspirant and Deodorant, it slams 99.9% of body odor causing germs. Membrera looking inside. Here's Bugia. Bugia trying to twirl around. Can't find anybody open. Inside we go. The intended pass nearly knocked away. Membrera over to Bugia. Bugia the shot. Will not work. Rebound. Contested. Oh, there's a crash on the floor. And could be a foul against Alvarez.
Yes, that's right. He cut into the lane of Alvin Castro, committing that foul, giving the ball back to the Archers.
Bobby Yan, medyo naiwanan ng konti ng LaSalle, but it looks like with some defense, they've been able to bounce back as we go to you for a close-up courtside update. Bobby?
That's right, medyo nga hindi masyadong strong start nga to Sev, and that was fell on the job of Ronald Guan, who is now sitting down. And as we see the entry of Mike Cortez, Coach Pumaran put in Mike Cortez because the wide open game now is tailor-made for Mike Cortez's game. He tells me he likes the run and gun. He likes this kind of wide open game now. It's Mike Cortez's job to follow up what Ronald Guan did and use his quickness and athleticism to break this game wide open. Sev, Randy, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Bobby, and I think it is evident that he liked that kind of game. In the meantime, Ateneo has been called for 16 fouls. That last foul might have been against Bugia, yes, and that was his first foul.
Well, this is a challenge for the second unit of Coach Joe Lipa. Bugia and Alvarez, this combination, I saw this last year in Bacolod. And Ateneo
You
was...
say it nicely.
Bacolod.
Okay.
Right, Seth. You just can't help it, no, when we ever mention that place. And
Yes, there's a smile on the face.
Yes, they played well. Oh, this is a good block by Bugia on Ritualo, partner.
Libre na si Ritualo doon. In the meantime, Ponasher and Membrera do not want to waste it. And could be a foul on the other end of the floor.
So Ramos could not complement the effort of Bugia on the other end of the floor. So Membrera will go to the free throw line for his first trip. And
I think libre na si Ritualo no? Na abutan siya ni Paulo Bugia. In the meantime, we have Membrera on the line. As we swing back to live action, he takes care of the first. We're down to 7 minutes and 12. Ateneo ahead 31-22 as we report for you, from you to you rather from the Araneta Coliseum. Na-distract ako ni Gia Balilin. A long-time friend of ours. We've covered him when he was with the Philippine basketball. Manong is around.
yes, Manong Derek is always there.
And that Pilo is also there.
So 2 generations for the Pumarins.
In the meantime, battle for it. Lost. But here comes Ponasher trying to elude the defense of Cortez. Ball is loose. It's picked up by De La Salle. Lead pass over to Cortez. Slightly ahead. He'll take care of it.
And De La Salle running here, 7, but still an 8-point lead for the Blue Eagles.
A smaller but more athletic unit for De La Salle on the floor right now.
Well, this is the challenge. Kimpo's now the point guard for Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Kimpo, this is Christopher Kimpo. Sends it over to Bugia. Bugia decides to take a crack right.
Oh!
Keyhole area.
That's going to be a problem for De La Salle if Bugia can hit those perimeter jumpers for the Blue Eagles.
33-24, 6 minutes and 23 remaining, opening half. Here's William Wilson. Downstairs we go. Oh, stop it.
Well, Ateneo is fond of leaping into the fakes made by the big men of De La Salle.
In the meantime, we'll check out this fast break as presented to you by Globe Handyphone Gentex. Take it to the Gentex level.
Smooth as silk. Mike Cortez on that layup for De La Salle.
Hindi siya lalaro. Gusto ko siya gumalaw.
Suwabing kumilos partner.
Parang tradition sa LaSalle yung guard position. Ano? For instance, I like the way Tony Boy Espinosa plays. Aldeguer plays. That has always been a stellar position in De La Salle.
Yes, of course, when they joined the UAAP, it started with Dildo Pumaring playing point for them. And now it's Mike Cortez and Ronald Guan, but they have to do a better job at the free throw area, Seb.
Yes, it's Kimpo in the meantime being bottled up by a double team. Ponasher. LaSalle attempting to choke Ateneo's offensive flow. William Wilson picked up the loose ball. Cortez is rejected, but there's going to be a whistle.
Well, that's the ability of Mike Cortez. Larry Ponasher biting into that play of Mike Cortez. Well, Mike Cortez did initiate it here, the move, and Ponasher just bit into that body movement of Mike Cortez.
Mia Gonzalez, as I call you for this close-up court side update. Jolipa again pacing up and down, Mia.
Yes, Seven. While we talk about that, we have to note that there are two MVPs on the floor for Ateneo, two former MVPs. Larry Fonasher was the MVP of the UAAP Juniors, both for the season and the finals, while Magno Membrere was the NCAA Finals MVP. And so it might be good to watch how these boys feed each other and play to each other's strengths. And maybe this will be the end of the up and down for the Ateneo. Sev, Randy, back to you.
Of course, these two stellar junior players will find and discover quickly na mas malalaki ang tao sa senior division. Bugia, that will not work. Rebound fought for Williams and Alvarez scores!
And again, partner, it's the defense of LaSalle wanting here, no boxing out, allowing Alvarez to get another possession, put back, and a foul to both.
Yung alertness nila in the rebound area has been suspect so far. The offensive rebounding has not been an asset of the Green Archers so far.
Well, the offense has been spread out, Sev, then. That's why it's very difficult also for LaSalle to try and cover another man.
Yes.
The other players are trying to draw out their defenders, allowing Ateneo, which would have the advantage at the low post, to operate single-handedly against their counterparts from De La Salle.
Of course, I was talking also of the defensive rebounding, but this one they cleared quickly, and a foul, rather unnecessary, being called this time on Membrere.
And they're in the penalty, Ateneo Blue Eagles. So there's Dito Pumare watching his kuya work on the team.
It's a family reunion here. And I miss their mom, because their mom was such a nice lady. Was sick a few years back, but I hope she's okay now.
Well, she's there beside
Ayun,
Dito Pumare.
Ano ba si-
If I'm not mistaken, ano si Mami?
Okay. That the family that watches basketball together stays together. In the meantime, the free throws have been the bane of the Green Archers.
Yes, for Manny Ramos, he's 0 for 3. Could have been a different ball game had LaSalle been shooting their free throws in a better way. This is just the first basket for Manny Ramos from the free throw line.
5 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the opening half. In the meantime, the pass by Antonio is read beautifully. Cortez is ahead. He has wreaked some havoc on the defensive line, off the defensive line, that is.
Well, Ateneo better read the press correctly, because the press break ploy isn't working, and LaSalle is getting murdered with their half-court trap.
Naiipit sila ron. Kimpo, however, breaking that, they go over to Membrere. Membrere fakes the shot, decides not to take it. Here's Kimpo. Chris Kimpo kicks it over to Membrere. In the meantime, defense of LaSalle has improved tremendously in the last few seconds. Shot clock is reset. The outside shot. Kimpo, that's it in!
That's just a heady play for Kimpo, partner.
Significantly not yet playing is BJ Manalo.
Yes.
Slightly injured, that was reported, but he said kanina sa round robin he's okay. Ramos takes a crack, no go. And the rebound is tied for by Alvarez, who has his second rebound. Here's Kimbo, clock down to 4:42. Ateneans on the attack!
And another great move. It started with the creation of the offense by Kimpo, giving Alvarez the free hand. And in fact, Paul Tanchi was about to come in, but he had to be called back by Coach Jody Pasep.
Alvarez so far in the ball game with 10 points. Cortez on the outside, 40-29.
Ooh, he wasn't looking. Umaran's gonna get mad. He was passing to a person whose back is on you, and that's an error against Cortez.
In the meantime, the Green Archers will use a timeout. We'll be back, 40-29, Blue Eagles. To our coverage, our first day, that is, of the 63rd season of the UAAP. Mr. Rolly Cruz is our chairman of the ABS-CBN Sports Group. Again, personally guiding us here as we take a look at Mr. Redo Manzano.
Vice Mayor of Makati. For,
Lolokohin ko sana at bigla mo sinabing Vice Mayor of Makati. Wala na ako sinabi. Ayos na. Si Dudes naging player din sa Lasal yan eh.
Naglaro si Dude sa Lasal. He's always here, no, for the games.
It's always nice to see. Lagi ako natatawa.
Sorry, Seb.
Kasasabihin sana ako eh. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Cruz to Kimpo. It's 40-29. Blue Eagles controlling the tempo of this opening half. Kimpo, second track at the basket. This time it does not work, and the rebound is controlled by Wilson of LaSalle. I like the way Cortez has played so far. Here he goes to Retualo, the lob of a three.
That's a neat lesson in three-point shot. And Renan Retualo, that's dangerous for Ateneo.
And suddenly no reaction from the bench of the Blue Eagles. Lead is trimmed down to 8. That is knocked away. Too many lob passes by Ateneo.
Well, Ateneo being forced to lob passes because of the trap being given by De La Salle.
In the meantime, co-captain Rainier Season, I think this is the muse of the Blue Eagles, isn't it? Okay, how can you forget such a face? Okay, our ivory face of the day, because beauty begins with clear skin, and that's from ivory skin. Clear.
Antonio putting in his presence here on the floor, scoring his first 2 points.
That's Alfred Antonio,
Yes.
okay.
But Ateneo has really done a good job here. They were able to weather the storm put up by the second unit of De La Salle, and it's still a 10-point lead for Ateneo.
Lahat ng hugutin ni Jolipa so far has produced something. In the meantime, that's a push-off. Could be an offensive foul. No, I checked myself. Cruz is called for this particular foul as we hit the 3:08 mark of this first half.
But screens really plays for Reverend Ritualo, and that's going to win 2 free throws.
Okay, 42-32, a 10-point lead. Still to come on Studio 23. That's also live on opening day. We're going to have FEU against USD. Yung USD, nagwa-warm up pala natin nila sa nagchichir na sila.
They're ready to play, Sev, and UST feels that it's going to be this year.
Oh, nakita ko yung lineup. Where does Alec Del Rosario get this big people?
They're so experienced, they're so talented. You know, the teams really would have a difficult time just, matching up with the skill and the ability of the Tigers this year.
Marvin Ortiguera will be, of course, still there. In the meantime, Paul Tanchi is back in the ball game. Here's Antonio, attempting to make a decision. Tanchi, top of the keyhole area. Over now to Andrew Cruz. Here's Enrico. Over now to Tanchi. Shot clock at 10. Alvarez lobs it just out. Villanueva with a hand on it. However, La Salle controls it. Ritualo on the attack. Tanchi now trying to pursue Ritualo. The lob shot offline. Ball is loose. Loose change now being picked up by Alvarez. Andrew Cruz slows it down. He's attacking the right flank. He tries to go inside, but this time around his pocket is pecked by the De La Salle Green Archers. In the meantime, on the attack, Cortez. Wilson stopped, goes up, is fouled, will not get the basket, however.
Sorry, miss for Wilson. I think the fault of Ateneo right now is they're trying to dribble on the floor when they hit the paint, and I think that's a no-no in basketball, Seb. La Salle's getting the turnovers, 2 steals here in the first half. And changing of guards, Rainier Season put back on the first. So slowly, Seb, the first 5 of Coach Joe Lipa, has made a re-entry here at this point in the first half with 2 minutes and 13. Ateneo is still on top by 8 points.
In the meantime, why is Pia Gonzalez with a beautiful close-up smile? I think she has a report. Am I allowed to call her right now? Direct Al Neri? Go ahead, Pia.
Okay, Seb, right now breaking the press is very important for Ateneo because about 40% of La Salle's offense stems from errors that they create via the press, and this is why Coach Joe Lipa is so worried that his boys are not able to break the press properly because they keep on forgetting their proper positions on the floor. They have to align themselves properly so that they're able to bring the ball down quickly and have more time left over for their offensive setup. Seb?
So many, just to react to that, Pia, so many steals by La Salle. However, that's lost on the attack. Ritualo receives the behind-the-back pass. That's going nowhere. Follow-up will not go anywhere. And in the meantime, a foul.
Correctly evaluated by Coach Joe Lipa. Really, the offense coming from the turnover, Seb, and several times they had an opportunity to get it, but La Salle coming back with a steal.
In the meantime, the Blue Eagles request a timeout maybe to address that issue. We'll be back. This is the UAAP on ABS-CBN. Back to this here, Ritualo just missing out on 2 free throws. On the attack, that will not work for Alfred Antonio, who was not part of the starting unit, but has earned some minutes from Joe Lipa.
Actually, that's not a very good decision for Antonio. First pass taking that shot, that's not Lipa's style.
On Jose Santa Maria Wilson. Ronald Guan back in the game. Ritualo straight, but not true. Wilson picks it up, tries to muscle his way through and earns a foul.
And Richie Alvarez will pick up that foul. 2 free throws for Willie Wilson.
This is the girl next door looks of our Ascend True Filipina beauty, Mika Santayana. And Don't forget that new Ascend Herbal Air Moisturizer, you can release the true beauty of lively blacker hair. Somebody with very nice black hair, what the girls would like to think, is Bobby Yan, who is this with this close-up courtside report. Bobby, come in.
Yes, earlier Ateneo had a 11-game lead. Now it's down to 6, and the reason there is because they were too tentative. They were not attacking the Ateneo press. Now Coach Marin says we have to attack, we have to drive. Now Coach Marin also got on Renren Ritualo's case, saying he's too tentative on offense. Probably the magnitude of this game getting to Renren. We saw him miss 2 free throws earlier. Now another point, Santa Maria sat extended minutes because he's not 100%. He is nursing a right ankle injury. Sam, Randy, back to you.
We shall note that. In the meantime, here's Stanchi on the attack. On the outside, the running shot by Rainier. Season will not work, and Season fakes, can't get it up. Blocked from behind. Season goes up, still blocked from behind. And Villanueva says, that's enough!
Rightfully so, Sam. That's the way to do it for Enrico Villanueva. He doesn't have to put down that ball. It's to go up, get that ball, and restoring a 7-point lead here for Ateneo.
Malas naman si Season and Villanueva in the meantime with 10 points. We're into the final 40 seconds of a first half that has just breezed by us. Here's Kuan. Kuan looking inside. Jose trying to fall into position. Castro fakes the pass. Castro blocked. Whatever he wanted to do there, he was blocked. It's hooked back into play. Here's Antonio looking for some saviors, looking for some help. Over now to Tanchi. Paul Tanchi slows down. Paul Tanchi, they gang up on him downstairs. Yeah,
that's going to be a highlight play, Sam and Antonio. That's difficult.
Antonio enjoying the moment. He's earned the minutes Jolie Ba has given him. Only 8 seconds remaining. Ateneo with a 9-point lead. Ronald Kuan on the attack and will succeed. And that will do it for this first half. 46-39. A big finish by both sides. Napakahirap ng pagkakasalo nun.
On the air, salo yung bola, turning, making that basket for Ateneo.
Woo! And more to come as we continue with UAAP here on ABS-CBN.
And we are back at the half here in the Araneta Coliseum. Our score, Ateneo up by 7 points. And before we kick off with our halftime ceremonies, our friends from Colgate have prepared this very special feature for us. It features one of the best local rap talents in the country, Carlos Agassi, for new Colgate Fresh Confidence. Watch this.
The man is here on the thriller from Republic of Manila. Got you screaming louder than Godzilla, making you feel the sambo, giving you a taste of my mondo. Got you heating up like stars, red hot from the planet Mars. Fat Willie, he's got insomnia, got a bad taste of euphoria, partying with no limits. Get up in orange for the rave. Spoon hits you like a tidal wave, clubbing at the fall till the break of dawn, going on and on and on and on. So just move, yeah, come on everybody now groove, yo. It's a new freshness at its best. Come on and slide. It's the place to be. Come on, everybody, just bounce with me and dance. Party all night long, going on and on and on and on. You're waiting for tonight that I show my mind like a genie in a bottle. Christina, let's struggle. Coco wants my love. So my girl, you make me feel like twirl. You're my girl on TV, you drive me crazy just like Britney. Come on, yo, hit me, baby, one more time. You're so fine, you blow my mind. But Jennifer, she feels so good, and Mariah puts me in the mood. Heartbreaker, I love making my sweethearts cherish you, my boo. That's how I do, that's how I groove, so just move. Come on, y'all, everybody now. Yo, is that the Nay over here? Come on, make some noise. Come on. Yo, where's the Salle? Come on. Yeah. USD, come on. Everybody now. And you, come on, make some noise. Now groove. Come on. Adamson, yeah, inspired, in the place to be. Come on, UP. Yeah. UE, here we go. Yo, time to feel the vibe. Can you shake your bonbon? Yeah. Mambo me all night long. Can you do the sex part? Can you feel me? Cause I should can feel you, yo groove. Yo la vida loca musiquilla poppin', by hoppin' and clubbing. That's it, come on ladies, let your body flow. Yo, these three words, if you're getting me, say groove, there it is. Somebody say slide, there it is. Yo, and dance, there it is. Here we go, just move. And that. Yeah, come on. Now groove. Yo, confidence at its best. Come on, then slide. Fresh breath, energy. Come on, and dance. Long-lasting fresh breath. Here we go. Yo, just move. And that. Yeah, come on. Now groove. And that. Yeah, come on. It's me, College Sexy. Right here on the place to be. UAAP, just you and me. Come on. On and on and on and on, so just move. Yeah, thank you very much.
The Ateneo Blue Eagles over the De La Salle Green Archers. Now, one of the things I love about halftime here is, of course, the halftime cheering exhibition. And right behind me, the Ateneo Blue Babel Battalion is doing their thing, and I just hope you can hear me above all the noise that the Ateneans up there in the stands are making. If you can hear me, check this out. This is Shock Magazine. It's the latest magazine being put out by ABS-CBN Publishing. It's aimed especially at college students, and it also serves as the official magazine for the UAAP. It's been distributed already, but we have a launch August 4 at Star City. Bring your entire barcada along. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back. This is your UAAP.
that's going on right here at the Araneta Center at halftime. When we come back, second half action, and I guarantee it's not something you want to miss. Keep it here.
Okay, it's the turn of the LaSalle. How do you call it in LaSalle? Sa amin kasi sa Ateneo Blue Bubble Battalion, what do you call it? Is it a cheering group?
No, it's a pep squad. We usually call them the pep squad for the archers.
And of course, our cheering is presented to you by Nestle Non-Stop Ice Cream with no limits. It's always a delight. You know, aminin ko na, century ago, ginagawa ko rin yun. Pero memorize ko rin ang cheers ng De La Salle. But let's go back to the game. 46-39. Good start by the Blue Eagles, leading by as much as 11. However, maganda yung remate ng LaSalle no latter portion of the first half.
Well, it's the defense of LaSalle that got them back to the ballgame. But, you know, I must admit it, Seb, Ateneo's firepower is awesome. And they're showing it. They have very good options. They've moved that ball well. And LaSalle just, you know, contenting itself, trying to play catch-up for the entire first half.
And in the meantime, pati yung signals kuminsan na mamasa. Oh, Recticano, yun ang staple cheer ng LaSalle, ano, ha? Let's listen in and let's watch them. I'm going to, you cheer.
Okay.
By the way, Randy has a set of pom-poms here, which he's trying to use.
Well, not as bright as the one that the pep squad is using. Huh? Small ones lang naman, Seb.
Okay. Pakiusap lang, partner. Pag on-cam natin, isoli mo na yung pom-pom na hiniram mo. And of course, you know, the Ateneo LaSalle, or the LaSalle Ateneo, whoever, whatever billing is, brings everybody together from the alumni of both schools. Check out, in the meantime, this Gentext halftime stats and take a look at the numbers so far.
Well, big numbers here for Ateneo. They shot better from the field. They rebounded well. They had more assists, 7-8. However, it was on the free throw line that LaSalle was able to climb back when Ateneo fall into the penalty early in the first half. But certainly, Ateneo had more shots. They converted more 21 out of 42. LaSalle only made 33 shots and converted only 13. So, Seb, the defense of Ateneo clicking in the first half. They had more possessions, and Ateneo is just a better passing team than De La Salle in the first half.
Okay, and so far the scoring line, Pais LaSalle scored 10, Ritual with only 5. A bit of a struggle, but Alvarez and Villanueva already in double digits for the Blue Eagles.
So that's just an emphasis on the strength of Ateneo. Alvarez and Villanueva scoring. Of course, not to mention the highlight plays of Alfred Antonio for Ateneo. Huh?
Alfred Antonio, of course, contributing as much as, let's check his score sheet, 4 points and coming off the bench. Now, ikaw, unahan mo na itong ating mga reporter na kata. LaSalle will have to play stronger defensively. They have to stop it, but they did a good job of jamming Ateneo at the mid-court line.
But I think on the part of Franz Umarin, he will anticipate that Ateneo will check that trap. And look at the inside points. Ateneo really bludgeoning De La Salle underneath with a 12-point difference. So they would have to prevent the pass of Ateneo going to Villanueva, box him out from getting those easy baskets, particularly for Alvarez and for Rico Villanueva. That's something that La Salle would have to work on in the second half. While for Ateneo, partner, I think largely they would have to check out their passing, particularly anticipating the half-court and the full-court trap of De La Salle, and also cut down on the fouls. They've sent De La Salle to a number of free throws.
We're just moments away from the start of the second half. By the way, tomorrow we're also going to be having games mula sa the 4 other teams that did not see action today will see action tomorrow
in Ateneo
sa Loyola Gym. They're going to enjoy the NBA hardcourt there.
Oh, sarap yun para sa...
Oh, hinigaan ko eh. Which was unveiled, of course, during the cheer rally of the Blue Eagles just recently na inulan yun eh. Actually, nung A5 naka-schedule, medyo tinuloy na nila nung A7. But a great turnout as usual. I guess everything stops when the UAAP rolls on. By the way, don't forget we are seen live as of the moment on ABS-CBN Channel 2, Studio 23, which will be the permanent home of the UAAP on ABS-CBN, the Filipino channel, as well as PinoyCentral.com. Maganda yung cheering discipline. Inanalyze yung cheering. No? Yung cheering discipline ng Lasal. Gusto ko yung arreglo nila yung formal on the floor and their coordination.
Well, I also like the way the new kids on the block for Ateneo came over to add the new help for the Blue Eagles.
Reminds you, of course, of the Sambeda Little Chieftains,
Little Indians.
And just about ready to get going with the second half. And the score which we will springboard from is 46-39. And the biggest lead so far established was an 11-pointer. Check out the outside points so far established in the game.
So inside out, Ateneo has the advantage over De La Salle.
How can you read the stats while looking at the cheerleaders of La Salle? It's a miracle.
I have to look at the monitor set.
Okay.
Just to make sure that I'm not looking at the cheerleaders and focusing my attention on them.
The outside points, Ateneo displayed that, but La Salle, they had some misses from the outside.
Yes, and they're very crucial. In fact, La Salle was counting on the outside shooting of Castro and Vitualo, but they never came in succession 7. I think that sort of stymied the tune of De La Salle in the first half, and well, they're starting out with the same 5 for both teams, for Ateneo and De La Salle.
And that will include Tanchi, Alvarez, Season, Villanueva, as well as Cruz. Let's go to Bobby Yan for first salvo of the 11-time break to report about the Green Archers. Bobby Yan with this close-up courtside update.
Yes, Ev, just like Randy mentioned, LaSalle Green Archers not collapsing well on Villanueva in the middle. But more than that, Coach Franz Pumarin says, we're really tentative when attacking the 1-3-1 press of Ateneo. Coach Franz Pumarin says, we're just too happy breaking the press. We should attack the middle and give a drop pass or get a drive. Now, as we start the second half, 7, Randy, this responsibility falls on the hands of Ronald Guan to get a strong start. And he should make sure to get a strong start in the second half because it affects the bench players of LaSalle, particularly Gozum at the 4 and San Diego at the center spot. Because we all know these are the only 2 legit relievers they have at that spot. Sir Randy, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Bob. And San Diego has not seen action yet in this contest. In the meantime, Villanueva was called for that foul, his second. He was an eager beaver there as he tried to help out on Guan.
Well, he felt that the call came in a little, probably a second late, but that's the idea of Mac Guan. He has to take control in this ball game, and Franz Pumarin would really have to get some points from Guan, at least make the Ateneo play harder at the point of De La Salle.
The lead is trimmed down to 5, closest it has been since the 11-point lead established by the Eagles. Season sends it over to Tanchi. Some difficulty for the Blue Eagles to get the ball across the midcourt line, and it's turned over completely. Mon Jose over to Guan. That is gone.
Yes, and that 1-2-3 game of De La Salle really netting them points.
Cruz applies the brakes. The pass outside. Ang ganda ng pagbasa ng Lasal ng mga pasa. Their defense is creating these lob passes. Cruz on the follow-away looks short. Doesn't get the bounce. Ramos touches it last, but no. The referee has another opinion, and that's the only opinion that matters. Check out this fast break brought to you by Globe Handyphone Gentex. Take it to the Gentex level.
Good pass there to Mac Guan. Well, I think it's really the key here is to say he's a smart player, defensive player who reads the passing lane really well for De La Salle.
Sam Sarmenta alongside Randy Sagdalan, Pia Gonzalez, and Bobby Yan. That is nearly taken away, and it's slammed against Alvarez, and it will stay with the green and white.
I like this matchup, Sam. Richie Alvarez and Antony Santamaria. Nothing's gonna give with this matchup.
If you just joined us, Blue Eagles establishing as much as an 11-point lead. Mon Jose lobs the 3. 3 if it goes. Will not, however, drop through the net. Here comes Cruz. Cruz on the attack. Into the wings we go. Season lobs the 3. It will not stay in. Follow up inside. Alvarez too strong. Alvarez gets it back. Alvarez fakes. No!
He's just doing it all for Ateneo, partner. Imagine taking on Manny Ramos and Adonis Santamaria at the same time. Just the power of Richie Alvarez here, and good timing at that 7. Well, Santamaria and Ramos, they're trying to get the ball first instead of boxing out Richie Alvarez out of position.
Yes, and that's the concern of Franz Pumarin. Parang wala insight yung mga rebounders.
Inuunan nila kasi yung rebounder. You have to make that position, feel the body of Alvarez, and Alvarez just too smart enough to go around where Ramos and Santamaria were underneath.
as Ateneo unleashes the three fights in a fight blue and white. Alvarez takes care of the free throws, 2 for 2, and he has 12 points, giving Ateneo a bit of a cushion here. 18 and 17 to go in the second half. Here's Kuan. Kuan penetrates, can't get it through. The rebound being fought for, referee's whistle halting the action.
Going to be a foul against the Archers. It could be on Adonis Santa Maria.
And the second foul on Santa Maria. And the second team foul, as you check on the gentleman to the left of your screen, is Mr. Charles Lim, VP for Marketing and Sales of Globe Telecom, while Mr. Mekor Kioge, of course, is our big boss at Studio 23. Enrico, too strong. Cruz scampers for it. Season thought about shooting, but decided to swing the offense around. Shot clock is reset.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
That's the difference in the amateur. As long as you take a shot, even if it's an air ball, it resets.
Villanueva sidestepping, going left, he misses. Banchi sails in, difficult shot, nowhere to go, all dressed up, but no exact destination. Chance for LaSalle to come within 3. Retualo wants a pick. Ramos rolling with it. Here's Mon Jose. Mon Jose lobs it. He is clipped on the arm.
That's the idea that France want. Drive down the middle. Jose got the foul. 2 free throws for Mon Jose.
In the meantime, with a close-up courtside update, let's send it over to Pia Gonzalez. Pia, what's the latest with the area of the Eagles?
Well, Seb, only one major concern for the Blue Eagles entering this second half, and this is on breaking the press of the Green Archers. They have a tendency to crowd the floor, and this is hardly the way to go if they want to be able to fulfill their objective of converting off. And despite the Archers' press and despite the Archers' defensive pressure on their own defense, they have been asked to maintain their intensity as they go for full denial of Renren Tualo in this period. Although they have been able to limit him to only 5 points in the first half, they refuse to take any risk of him getting hot in this period. Sam?
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, with a hot hand, it is Season.
He's just on top of his game so far, Seb. Rainier season is raining along too.
Ateneans yelling, forget that ball. That's the second rainbow connection by Season. In the meantime, down the baseline goes Ritualo, tries to go to Santa Maria, but there's a foul from the rear. Cruz checking out, and it could be a foul on.
Could be on Andrew Cruz or Rainier.
Is it Stanchi? No, it's on Season. You're right, partner. First on Season, 16:51 remaining. Ateneans disappointed simply because it was an opportunity to start the ball rolling on the other end. They have a 6-point lead, but not without a serious threat from the gentleman from Taft Avenue. In the meantime, Juan dishes it over now to Santa Maria. Ritualo can't go straight up. Santa Maria goes all the way in, is hammered, but no whistle. Lanchi brings it across, finally into the hands of Season. Excellent pirouette over to Villanueva. Villanueva stabs, no.
Well, he just has a confidence partner for Rico Villanueva. Even if Ramos is there, the hand of Ramos on his face, Rico will just go on and try to make that shot. And he'll go to the free throw line, fouled on Manny Ramos.
By the way, of course, to UAAP fans, you might be wondering, wala si Ryan Pamintuan of the Blue Eagles ineligible siya for this particular season. So they're going with a different lineup this year. In the meantime, Villanueva is on the stripe. Free throws have been his problem.
But Ateneo had trouble in the first half with the free throws. They were only they made a few trips to the line. Actually 4 free throws for Ateneo, making 2 of 4 in the first half. It's still a 50% shooting for Ateneo.
Ang sabi sa akin ng mga, well, shooting doctors, like Lemmy Villegas, who has worked with the Blue Eagles, yung tuhod ni Villanueva, hindi babang-baba, kaya wala siyang kabuelo-buelo. He split his charities there. Don't forget, we will have the Tamaras and the Rowling Tigers from FU and UST. They'll take on each other later on Studio 23. Junior Cuadro, Mark Molina, and we'll have new friends, Ian Adewuya and Christine Gabriel. Now named, soon legends. Ritualo! Oh, I love it when he shoots.
Like sipping a cup of coffee for Renner Ritualo. Really the impact of a 3-point shot. Down to a 5-point lead now for Ateneo.
Alvarez over Natitachi, who decides to call a play. Inside we go. Here's Bugia, who saw precious minutes in the first half. That one will not work. Better rebounding by LaSalle this time around. Kanina, pinapanood lang nila.
But they're boxing out first before trying to control that leather. Look at Ritualo, partner.
And he goes all the way, but misses out on the shot. The ball is loose. Picked up by Gossum, but not for long. Picked up by Bugia. And here comes Tanchi. Tanchi pushes it hard. But waiting for him is Gossum.
Just what a spin by Richie Alvarez, partner. And Mono just couldn't do anything with that kind of a spin by Alvarez.
And Alvarez already with 14 points as 5 minutes goes by. 5 minutes into the second half. In the meantime, steal by the Blue Eagles. It's in the hands of Bugia, but Season says, let me take care of it. Let me quarterback for the time being. Here's Cruz on the other end. Natanchi, top of the keyhole. Together with Season, they are the captains of this Blue Eagle squad for this year. Season looking inside. The turnaround shot. This one will not work for Alvarez, and it's secured by Santa Maria, who has done a yeoman's job with 5 rebounds so far off the defensive glass and 4 off the offensive board. Here's Ronald Kuan. Kuan attacking the right side, decides to send it to the other end to Ritualo. Ritualo trying to create, draws the double team. However, on the other end, Kuan can't sink it. Rebound controlled by Gossum. That will not work. Santa Maria blocked!
Oh! Wow!
Ateneo on the attack. It's a 3-on-4 nonetheless. Penetration. Cruz can't get it. There's a foul.
But they're going to recall a foul on Makuan. But what a big game here by Bugs Bugia, taking care of the defense. Don't do that in front of me.
Not here. Not today. Not in this game. And this one will continue after this. 54-48, Ateneo. Balik ko tayo dito sa UAAP. Don't forget, we have a full schedule of basketball also at Studio 23 tomorrow. In fact, we have UAAP games, we have NBA games. We've got everything on Studio 23. By the way, this is Joanna Peñalosa, Miss International. Catherine de Guzman, Miss World. And the beauty, of course, this is their home.
This is the beauty of the UAAP. You get the beautiful people from the different universities, member schools of the UAAP. And
is there any truth to the rumor that Miko Halili is now the eagle for the Ateneans?
I'd like to find that out.
Yes, you know, Miko, kuminsan may mga biglang nawawala na yan eh.
Tapos yung pala siya yung nakasuot ng helmet na yun.
Yes, exactly. In the meantime, no monkey business about this game. This is dead serious for these two teams. Gossum. Gossum with a spin. Good move, but just not able to complete it.
Luckily for LaSalle, it will go back to them despite the efforts of Gossum trying to retrieve the ball. It was last touched by the Eagles.
14 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. We're in the second half. Ateneo leading by as much as 11, but that is ancient history that happened in the first half. Here's Mon Jose, who has played so well for the Green Archers. The same thing with number 11, Mike Cortez. I think it's evident that BJ Manalo is still hurting, so not seeing all that action here today. Mon Jose with 18 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. They go inside. The inside. Pari finds the bottom of the net.
Well, he's really a revelation in this game against Ateneo, partner Santa Maria. You may block him once, twice, but he's going to go up and fight for that ball.
Matapang, ano ha?
Matapang, partner.
6 points so far by Santa Maria. Paul Tanchi, drop pass intended for Villanueva, goes nowhere, and it's going in the direction of LaSalle, and they're within 5.
But Ateneo really pressed whenever the double team would come, and Paul Tanchi unable to deliver the goodie. Look at this play. Villanueva losing the handle on the baseline.
LaSalle playing so much better in the second half compared to the opening half where the Eagles really dominated.
That's right, Seb.
Here's Cortez, Mike Cortez, acting as floor director, head of operations. Mon Hussein, who is so deceptive at the 2 position. That will count!
On Wesley Gonzalez, and what a shot!
Gonzalez is really not into the game.
Well, he didn't start, and probably he's coming off the bench. Number 4 on Wesley, partner. Take a look at the shot again. He was there.
Ang galing ni Ritualo, yung ibinabali na.
And just shows you the repertoire of shots that Ritualo has developed through the years.
At aminin na natin, nakasa rin sa Philippine Basketball League. Kung saan naging MVP rin siya ng finals.
Huling ano eh. So the confidence level really andon 7. And he's getting that confidence here in the second half.
And it's down to a 2-point game. LaSalle's press is working. Cortez, Bishop, shortstop, we're tied.
This is the first deadlock of this game, partner.
And La Salle cheering section springs to life as we are tied for the very first time at 55 apiece.
They came back with a press, 55 all. Luckily for the Eagles, Ritualo was called for a foul, but certainly the gallery of the Archers going bananas at this point.
And Enrico Villanueva is telling the Blue Bubble Battalion, get into it as well. Here's Bugia. Over now to Membrera. The shot. The shot will work.
Yes, don't forget the Magnum guy.
He's a freshman, but he's playing with the confidence of a junior or a senior.
You see that he has the makings of a good point guard, where he decided that he can't make that pass, take that shot over Adonis Sierra, and Ateneo's got a reprieve at this point.
57 to 55 with 12:35 to go. Top of the keyhole, Santa Maria. Gosum in the clear, straight but not true. A ton of an air ball, yes it is, and it will go to the Blue Eagles.
If you're an Archer, nakakapanghina yung tira ni Gosum.
Yes, and that is why there's a stunned silence right now from the LaSalle faithful. 2-point lead by the Blue Eagles. We're stepping out of a tie. In the meantime, a foul in the backcourt in front of the Ateneo bench.
Again, on Renren Ritualo, that's number 2 on the Renren.
And in the team foul count, LaSalle has committed 16 fouls compared to 4 by the Blue Eagles. 12 minutes, 25 seconds to go. This is the opening day of the UAAP. Membrera, 2 in a row. Yes!
The guy can shoot, partner. Magnum Membrera, a more comfortable 5-point lead, but what a time to come for Membrera to hit his shots and get straight.
And the seniors, the veterans, knowing that the rookie can score it, they're giving it to him.
That's right, Sam.
Now LaSalle will have to come up with a second response. They want to go to their main one, Ritualo. This time it will not go, and no Green Archer inside for that rebound. Here's Captain Paul Tanchi. Tanchi slows it down, over to Villanueva. Sneaking from behind, Ritualo, excellent steal from the rear. Ritualo going one-on-one, Membrera is lost.
Partner, it's just all Renren. And what a move by Renren from a steal, completing the basket.
8 of his 13 points happening here in the second half, which is now down to 11 and 33. Bugia double teamed on. Gonzalez is fouled by Ritualo.
That's number 3 of Renren, all made here in the second half. That got LaSalle by surprise.
Masyadong malawak ang spacing ng Ateneo. Of the press, they have to be closer to each other.
So luckily for them, Renren was called for the foul.
Yes, that's a lucky break for the Blue Eagles there.
That's why he's so surprised. He's so surprised. But it has to be taken out. He's got 3 fouls now. He has to end this game with De La Salle, and Castro would have to come in. But this is going to be different for De La Salle with Renren out of the ballgame momentarily in the second half.
Paul Tanchi on the receiving end, 60 to 57. Blue Eagles ahead by 3. Tanchi trying to be delivered. They go to Membrera. Enrico Villanueva with nowhere to go. Bugia sliding. Membrera from 3. Not this time around. Gonzalez breaks. Can't cling on to the ball. It's a 3-second violation against the Blue Eagles.
Well, he was tentative. Really, you're right when you say that Wesley is not in his element in this ballgame, partner. The focus is missing for Wesley Gonzalez.
Well, no smiles from Coach Jolipa, but a close-up smile from Pia Gonzalez.
Yes, Savis, Coach Bugia is playing well today. This is because of many hours of preparation in preseason tournaments. It was quite noticeable that Coach Jolipa allowed him longer minutes on the floor. He was also given a trainer in order to help him build muscle and mass. And now Coach Jolipa wants to reap the rewards of his confidence. He's asking him to pound the boards and become a tough competitor under the basket, Seb.
And that has been evident, definitely so, Pia.
I don't think Alvarez will have a long time sitting on the bench for Ateneo. Seb, he comes right back in to replace Rico Villanueva. Score reads 60 for Ateneo, 57 for De La Salle.
And we should have about 10,000 tired people at the end of this game. Cortez, it can't stay. Oh, tip in! Wilson got it working.
And now the offensive board's working for La Salle, but still Ateneo on top by a point.
Very, very sloppy play by Ateneo on the inbound, forced by the pressure of De La Salle's press. Santa Maria, chance for La Salle to grab the lead for the first time. Jose trying to create, goes in. Yes, La Salle ahead by 1.
Oh!
And a timeout And listen to LaSalle roar. They're delighted because they've climbed back from 11. We'll be right back. Time out because we missed just on 2 plays. Ateneo had 2 attacks at the basket, but there was a foul on Wilson, and we shall be right back just after these messages.
In the heat of the game, watch your temperature rise as you take a look at the freshest beauties of the sport here on Nestie's most refreshing face of the day.
And get to meet Amina Aranas from the Ateneo. She's our Nestie's most refreshing face of the day. I love it when they say the complete name and the school.
We'll get our refreshing face someday.
Okay.
Maybe sometime in the program.
Next century. But look at this. Jolie Pan, concerned look. He's lost as much as an 11-point lead. Now he has to challenge his forces how to play tough here in the clutch.
Yes, they missed out. LaSalle is in the penalty, and Ateneo has not capitalized on the free throws here. They have the momentum, the Archers.
No question about it, Randy. In the meantime, here's Santa Maria, who has played so steadily, and here's the weave by LaSalle. That weave is not so much in vogue nowadays. Cortez going there, but Wilson gets it!
And they're getting the points downstairs for De La Salle. This is a different ploy for Coach Transumaren. This is the biggest lead for De La Salle, 63-60.
And look at this, a big steal. Pickpocket job against Tanchi. It's a walk in the park.
Really a big problem for Ateneo. They could not bring down that ball from the backcourt.
Cortez has played steady basketball, and suddenly it's a 5-point lead for the Green Archers. Here's Gonzalez to Salle. Pickpocket job. It's Cortez. Cortez over now. No good. Wesley Gonzalez, and there's a whistle. Good go against Mon Jose.
Yes, and Ateneo was lucky that Castro missed his layup.
Ano na, regalo na.
Yun eh, game na, candy na yun para sa kanya, coming from Cortez could have gone straight.
Watch this.
It's always from the blind side, the turn, and they should be told that they should stop it, at least give the ball. If you try to beat the press with the dribble, you're gonna miss that pass. Luckily for them, Castro missed a sorry one, and Jose was called for the foul on Wesley Gonzalez. And Gonzalez in the penalty.
Sorry, partner. 8 minutes and 54 seconds to go. The Green Archers getting some big points off steals, off turnovers, and now Gonzalez trying to get into the flow of things. He is a scorer as we check out Mr. Rolly Cruz, our head honcho in ABS-CBN Sports. Mr. Copo del Rosario of the Armed Forces in the Philippines. Mr. Gabi Lopez is there, of course. Our chairman sa ABS-CBN.
Gonzalez replaced now by Andrew Cruz for Ateneo.
While we go now to Bobby Yan for this close-up courtside update. Bobby, the press has worked for LaSalle.
Yes, and now they're matching hustle with hustle. So it's press against press now. That's why Mike Cortez was saying, no, Mike Cortez is out now with Kuan inside. So they're matching hustle against hustle. Coach Transumaren now has Wilson and Castro in. So that's another set of fresh legs to battle hustle against hustle. Coach Pumaren going to a hustle unit with Santa Maria at the center spot. Sir Brandy.
And it's going to go against Ateneo, partner.
Yes, and that rubbed off the thigh of Paul Tanchi, who almost had a steal. We'll try to see if we can see it here. Off the foot rather than the thigh. That confirms the development there, and the Blue Eagles down by 3, 65-62. Here's Ronald Cohen trying to set up the table. Alvin Castro, he's been steady as well. Here's Wilson, has provided some cushion points. Top of the keyhole, we go to Kuan. Into the wings, the long tom. Yes! It's a 3 by Castro.
That's his shot, partner. And LaSalle is on top, 68-62.
And they're playing so much better, like the champions that they truly are. They had some anxious moments in the first half, but now they're composed.
And the heart of the champions showing here in the second half.
In the meantime, Ateneo has hardly brought the ball across the midcourt line. Here's Alvarez. Downstairs to Villanueva, but that's going nowhere. Here comes Wilson, popping out with a steal.
Maybe not the right idea for Alvarez to bringing down the ball, partner. He's too tall to dribble that ball, and they lost it. Another turnover for Ateneo.
Buxton ball. There's a steal. Could be a foul on Alvarez.
Well, even the game of Alvarez is dropped here, Seb. He was a good player. He was playing really well. And number 3 on Alvarez.
And the Blue Eagles press for the timeout buzzer. They are down 68 to 62. Back with us here, the shot by Castro did not work, and a foul has been called
On Ronald Koeman, partner. Penalty situation for De La Salle. 2 free throws for Paul Tanchi.
as we now scan the horizon to be able to search for our close-up couple of the game. We got it. And these are Alex Arellano of Ateneo, Ara Guerrero of La Salle. Will ever the twain meet? And they are our close-up couple, and for strong, shiny white teeth, freshest, fresh breath.
We would get one.
Sabi ko na nga ba't may lahi tayong Cupido eh. Magkita kaya yung dalawang yan?
Actually, siguro pag hinanap natin sa alumni records natin, meron mga ganyang kombinasyon.
Yes. Samantala, Ateneo missing from the free throw line, 68-63, 7:39 to go.
Ateneo applying its own version of a press.
Outside shot will not work for Castro. Here comes Ateneo. Season on the attack. Season penetrating.
Oh! Wow, what a shot by Rainier Season.
Quickly now to Pia Gonzalez for this close-up courtside update.
Yes, Seb, after leading throughout the first half, it is rather lacking and disconcerting to find yourselves in a position of having to play catch-up. And that is why it was necessary for Coach Jolipa to call a timeout in order to remind his boys to keep their focus, to remember their roles on court, and to play the simple basketball. This is where Ateneo should be able to call on all that preseason experience and find out and remember how to keep their composure. Sam?
And that will be vital here in the stretch. With less than 7 minutes to go, La Salle is in front, 68-65.
Three-man substitution for Franz Umaren, Jose Cortez and Ritualo coming in.
You can sense, partner, that Ateneo is still hurting from losing that 11-point lead.
Well, they cannot just hold on to that memory. They have to play up same basketball that they did in the first half, Seb.
It was Ritualo together with Cortez and together with Jose are creating that resurgence by the Green Archers. Ateneo, very sloppy ball handling.
Yes, partner, they're slow in getting that ball.
Cortez, who has been steady, penetrates, can't get it to drop. Enrico Villanueva, Ateneo unable to get to the ball.
Oh, but they rule it in favor of the Blue Eagles, partner. But again, Ateneo could have lost that ball to Mike Cortez on the baseline.
Grabe si Cortez, ang bilis ng kamay niya.
Oh, he reads the passing lane so well.
Parang alam niya yung dribble ni Tanchi. Pag ikot ni Tanchi, nahuhuli ka agad.
Alam niya kung saan yung spin move niya, and then he'll use his quick hands to get that ball.
6 minutes and 34 seconds to go in our opening game.
What an exciting opening game,
Yes,
partner.
it should set the tone for the remainder of UAAP 63. Tanchi trying to brush aside the defense of Cortez. Villanueva very silent in the second half. Cruz lobs it, can't get it to drop.
Ateneo forced to take those three-point shots now with the pressing defense of De La Salle.
Villanueva limited to only a point in the second half as we approach the 6-minute mark. There's Ramos on the outside. Doesn't hand off to Ritualo. Finally goes to Mon Jose. 12 on the shot clock. 6 minutes to go. Cortez. Tanchi trying to keep in step. Into the wings we go. Mon Jose. It's a three!
Great setup job by Mike Cortez.
I like the patience of La Salle in that last play.
Down to 10 seconds. They look for the best option.
Paul Tanchi nearly losing it along the sideline. 5:38 to go. Green Archers ahead, 71-65. Villanueva turns around. That will not go. Will it? If it goes in.
The first foul called on Manny Ramos for pushing off on Rico Villanueva. There was no double team at the time. I think that's right for Rico to do. Don't wait for the double team to come. Make that move early on. He would have that advantage over Manny Ramos.
In the meantime, Villanueva, because La Salle is in the penalty, will shoot free throws. It's just that Ateneo has not capitalized on this. But take nothing away from the Green Archers. They have played heads-up basketball. I like the way their defense has created their offense. And Villanueva muffs the free throw.
And the woes continue for Rico Villanueva at the free throw line.
And that will take care of that one.
Well, Rico would have to impose himself more at the post here in the second half for Ateneo to be able to come back. He's had very little touches or few touches here in the second half for the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
In the meantime, here is the setup job by Mike Cortez. Freshman ba ito si Cortez? Rookie ba ito?
The second year
Second
na
year
siya.
na. Penetration by Cortez!
He's just smooth, partner. He's just smooth.
He is so smooth. He has 8 points in the game and nothing but green and white being unfurled here on game 1. It lands in the hands of Villanueva. Into the corner we go to Season. Season shot looks strong. Rebound being fought for. LaSalle has it.
Oops!
Mon Jose nearly losing it. Cortez has to hang on for it. Here's Mon Jose across the timeline. Retualo! Yes!
LaSalle, partner, is humming here. And this is the biggest lead of LaSalle, a 9-pointer.
Make that a 10-pointer now, partner. It's 76-66, and Mon Jose
got it on the chin. Elbow foul by Wesley Gonzalez.
And he's holding on to his rib area. May have hurt himself.
Look at this play for De La Salle. Renren Retualo, 3-point shot. Coming here at the 4-minute 35 mark in the second half. Go La Salle, partner.
Listen to LaSalle roar!
They're rejoicing.
And why not? Because it's a complete turnaround.
Yes.
Ateneo with a lead of as much as 11 points, but that is gone.
Well, Alvarez coming back to the fold for Ateneo, but I saw an ice pack on his thigh. Let's see if Alvarez could get back that gem of a game that he displayed in the first half.
Nawala ng
Nawala
lamig,
eh.
Samantala Cortez on the attack. Drop off. That
Goal! He's been setting up his teammates, and Cortez really making an impact here in the second half.
They're pushing the Ateneo dribblers into the sidelines, which is the idea of the press. Alvarez on the attack. That's the idea you were talking about.
Yes, Alvarez, you know, when you're doing a press break, you attack the press. Don't wait for the double team to come, and Alvarez had the right thing in mind.
78-68, 4 minutes and 5 to go. Here's Wilson, who has provided some big points for LaSalle. Cortez sets the table. Double pick at the high post. They go to Retualo. He lets it fly. He is...
Oh, yeah! Could be a 4-point play in the making, son. Just terrific. Renren Retualo, partner. Unbelievable.
The best one step forward when it's necessary.
Look at this. Cruz is committed. Retualo unloads. Bottom of the net for Renren. And LaSalle is on top, third in. And a rare 4-point play in the offing.
I think the other teams, including Ateneo, will have to learn that you just don't foul Retualo when he goes for the 3-point shot.
You have to make sure that he cannot unload. This
Suddenly
is
a 14-point lead. And Joe Lipa is a picture of frustration there. Nobody helping out.
Oh, it's a lucky break for Ateneo. But nobody's, you're right, nobody's helping out. They're supposed to try and cover for Rainier Season, who's already present in the backcourt. He's calling for timeout, Joe Lipa.
Kasi nadadala yung bola, walang kasabay.
Walang lumalapit eh.
And the Blue Eagles simply crumbling here. Take nothing away from LaSalle ahead, 82-68. Game will be live on Studio 23 while we give way to the regular programming of ABS-CBN Channel 2, Randy.
Yes, and what a crowd here. 14-point lead for De La Salle. Only 3 minutes and 39 remaining. Problems plaguing Ateneo.
LaSalle has rehearsed this song well. Finally come to goal. Some makes it.
Ateneo is just crumbling at this point, Sev. It's a whopping 16-pointer for De La Salle.
And the Ateneo cheering section has been completely silenced. Cruz lobs it over now to Alvarez. Alvarez down the baseline. That is not going to work. Alvarez can't get a field goal. Nothing is working for Ateneo.
Yes, it looks like there's a lid on that ring of Ateneo.
Check out this flash break brought to you by Globe Handy from Gentex. Take it to the Gentex level. Ateneo is out of timeouts already.
Yes, and they cannot execute. For LaSalle, it's so easy for them. They created the situations out of the turnovers created by the double teaming.
They could not solve the problem of that defense clamping down on them. Hindi pinatatawid ng midcourt line. But I like the way LaSalle I'm sure they rehearsed this.
Yes, so
they
much.
practiced it. I use the word rehearse because they were able to perform it well here on the
so
floor.
much. But then also for the opponents of De La Salle, this should be a neat lesson in the pressing defense that the Archers have unloaded here in opening day.
So if this continues, do you think there's going to be celebrating on Monday in LaSalle Top?
Yes, they're going to celebrate because, well, if it's a victory over Ateneo, but they're not going to call off classes, Seb.
Oh, okay.
No way.
While Ateneo, on the other hand, a pale of gloom definitely will come over the clouds at the Ateneo at the Loyola campus because they had the advantage in the game, 11-point lead.
And they slowly, it was eaten up by the defense. But they saw it in the first half. I was just wondering, Seb.
Okay,
well
you can wonder later because I'm going to introduce Ana Puno of Ateneo, and this is her Colgate sweetest smile, Colgate fresh confidence for a cool freshness that lasts for hours. Okay, you wanted to say?
No, I'm just gonna say
okay.
You're 3-in-1 partner in terms of pretty faces today. Huh?
Okay. We have to win something. In the meantime, Santa Maria, I like the way he played also here today. Santa Maria, sabi ko, hindi niya kaya si Enrico sa loob, pero when Muscle went against Muscle, he was okay. Bobby Yan, mukhang masaya na dyan sa side ng LaSalle as we present your close-up courtside update.
Yes, like you said, Ateneo collapsing
Pero bakit
right
hindi ka
now.
masaya? Dapat masaya ka.
Like you said right now, Ateneo collapsing right now, and this defense that you say that LaSalle's rehearsing is what they call the amoeba defense, which is described by some of the players as like an amoeba. It swarms its spreads throughout the court and causes so much trouble for the players. Now, the key here is Wilson. He was playing the 3 spot last year. Now he's playing the 4 spot. Now we know he's very small for the 4, so let's see how he uses his quickness to disadvantage in this last 2 minutes and 55. Seb?
Another turnover, Seb. They tried to lob it a cross-court pass too high for Rico to field.
And amoeba indeed, Mr. Bobby Yan going biological here.
He's gotten so many units from De La Salle in terms of natural sciences. I think 6 units for him.
Okay. Did he pass?
I guess so. He graduated.
Okay. Oh! A slam dunk! And Santa Maria capping his performance with that big slam.
Just terrific. He brings in the energy for the Archers.
Oh, definitely. 2 minutes and 30 to go. 17-point lead. First blood drawn by the LaSalle Green Archers, and Ateneo will have to go back to their Loyola gym and really solve the dilemma of this press of LaSalle, which is really a very choking kind of defense.
There you go again. They just could not execute Ateneo because of the pressing defense. The ball could not go to the spots where they wanted.
And here comes Wilson. We're moving into the last 2 minutes. Retualo can't knock it in. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Head & Shoulders. New advanced scalp care hair. Scalp care rather, Head & Shoulders for total care from scalp to hair. In the meantime, the ball game at 87-70.
Look at this play for Adonis Santa Maria. Just strong boy, Santa Maria, big revelation. And this guy also, Mike Cortez,
oh, yes.
partner. The secret was unloaded today. Mike Cortez. Look at
the director Fritz Infante, who went to both schools, but cheers for LaSalle. I'm also seeing Rico Yan, the brother of Bobby, who's there. I wonder where the Yan brothers are having merienda after this. I'm joining them.
There's Rico.
On the other hand, nothing but gloom on the side of the Blue Eagles.
But this is huge.
Not today, not today. But they had that 11-point lead. Keep that in mind. I'm going to watch the next game, UST FPU. That's going to be a big one.
Oh, yes.
In the meantime, Alvarez, and that's not going to work.
And that's the struggle of Ateneo. Too hard here in the second half. They didn't play that smart. They played too hard. And LaSalle has a 19-point advantage over Ateneo. A minute and a half remaining in the ball game.
Take nothing away also from Franz Bumarin, who did not flinch, did not panic when suddenly Ateneo was surging forward inside to Santa Maria. Leans on Villanueva. That will not work. And keep in mind, as we give way to the programs of ABS-CBN, we will have you over there at Studio 23, and Mon Lucet takes it away for the FEU-UST game. Cortez into the wings. Retualo, will he cap it? Oh! It's a great shot by Retualo!
I wonder the number of steals for De La Salle. 5 3-point shots for Ritualo.
And Ritualo with a superlative performance of 23 points. I thought it was one of those days when he wouldn't click, but he proved me wrong.
Partner, he's got, what, 23 points in the ball game?
And the bulk of it, 18 in the second half, and the fight has been taken out of the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
94-70 for the Eagles, for the De La Salle Archers. They're just throwing the ball away, partner.
Ateneo allowed La Salle to score too many points.
Just too many in the second half. La Salle only scored 39 in the first half, and they're already in the 90s. Right now, 94. That's a big explosion for La Salle in the second half.
Just moments away from completing this one. And we would like to thank our mother station, ABS-CBN Channel 2, for allowing us to stay on the air and allow us to present to you the UAAP. I'm sure Noli de Castro, our kabayan, is enjoying the game, but you'll enjoy his report later on in MTV Magandang Gabi Bayan. Ritualo, no, only 2 seconds away from an official La Salle victory on opening day. 94-70, and the green and white celebrating. Final score, 94-70 for De La Salle. Randy and I will be back just after this. Okay, the Vanquish, the Blue Eagles singing their graduation song, but the alma mater song of De La Salle being sung quite well because it's a big win by the Green Archers, 94-70. We'd just like to present to you a few things before we say goodbye on our part of the afternoon. The Milo Energy player of the game, your choice.
Well, Brendan Ritualo, you cannot ignore the numbers of Brendan. 23 points, 18 second half points. He was there on defense, he was there on offense. Well, big start for Brendan Ritualo.
Okay, on the other hand, we also have our Rejoice play of the game. We have a lot of things to present to you. The Milo Energy player of the game, Ritualo, I think, he played awesome in the first half. Bigla na lang bumitaw at magandang performance ng anak din ng former professional player.
Yes, and of course, the 2 steals, the 4 rebounds he registered, he was there. He played defense before his offense started in the second half. He was the 1-2-3 pressing defense of De La Salle from the full court to the backcourt, and that resulted into easy baskets. Of course, how can you miss the 5 3-point shots that he unloaded in the ball game?
Okay. Can't I join them? Well, there's
yes,
no.
Sir,
okay, I allowed you to sing earlier. Okay, the Rejoice play of the game, that could have been the turning point for this particular encounter.
Yes, and well, I think in the play for De La Salle, it started with a steal, and then they come up
this
with the
best play is brought to you by Rejoice.
Okay.
Lambot Hot Oil, Dulas Hot Oil. Ang ganda ng forma.
I told you there was an announcer beforehand. Okay, break this down.
Well, look at this movement. Brendan Ritualo will be blocked, and there's going to be a steal here, and then, or Ateneo.
Down. Ball bouncing, they gang up on him downstairs.
Yes, well, this is the one by Alfred Antonio.
Okay.
It was a scintillating play, but they needed that in the second half. It never came, but you just have to be happy with this. Rejoice with this play for Alfred Antonio of Ateneo.
Brought to you by Rejoice. Lambot Hot Oil, Dulas Hot Oil. Ang ganda ng forma.
Okay, and that'll do it for us here. In just a short while, it will be FEU against UST. Again, the final, on behalf of all of us here, Pia, Bobby, and Randy, the final score here is 94-70. A big win for the De La Salle Green Archers over their arch rivals, the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Join our friends in just a short while for the next big game.